I have with me a person whose credentials are extraordinary. He's the only person from India, from Asia, who has the distinction of being a vice president of a premier international organization for travel and tourism, Skål International. So I would like to welcome Mohan.
Thank you, Past President Vijay. And it's a pleasure being here.
I want to know about your experience after going into Skål International decision making.
I take committees very seriously, formed a great team, and not even a single month meeting we missed.
Okay.
And we conducted it, and we promptly provided the betterments, the ideas, everything.
Hospitality, hotels, like this there are 40 different categories. Skål International made to international tourism in employment and service of the clients to the rest of the world.
So this is a great industry. The service comes straight from the heart. $900 billion is the total business being done, and in that 150 billion is F&B.
Okay.
330 million jobs are being created, and in the world, when you take it, 1:10 jobs is from the tourism industry.
Amazing. Aims and objectives once you become the president. What is it that you will do different from what others have?
I've already given this in my manifesto. I stand by it. My slogan will be United in Progress, Global in Action.
Welcome to Point of View channel, Vijaymohan Raj. I am coming to you after quite some time. I had a break of 2 months, and now I have the pleasure of again being with my listeners. I have with me a person whose credentials are extraordinary. It's extraordinary because he's the only person from India, from Asia, has the distinction of being a vice president of an international organization. This international organization is the premier international organization for travel and tourism, Skål International. Many of you would be knowing that tourism today is a very important part of the economy of every country in the world. And Skål International is an organization that has got most of the countries in the network. While I would not want to go into details, because I would leave that to Mr. N.S.N. Mohan, this gentleman who is the future president of Skål International 2027. At present, he is the vice president and the president-elect. So we will be fortunate in India to have a person from India and Asia to be the next president of Skål. This is unique because it's never happened before that an Indian or an Asian has had this honor of being the president of Skål International, which is a global organization. So I would like to welcome Mohan to my channel. And Mohan, I cannot express how happy I am to have you here, because for me to see that a person from Skål Hyderabad coming up to this level is something which I cannot explain to anybody, except that I am fortunate to be a part of your growth in Skål. So Mohan, I would like the leaders to know what they don't know. Okay, and that is about yourself. I would like you to tell the listeners about yourself, how you have come up to this stage, the place from where you belong, your birthplace, and details such as this, because everybody knows your other credentials, but they do not know what makes such a person who can reach this level. So kindly let us know your growth from the time you went to school, the time you were born, where do you come from, and things like that for my listeners.
Thank you, Past President Vijay and Past International Director. It's a pleasure being here. Before starting, I would like to acknowledge you are the first point of my growth in Skal International, who got me into the committee. From there, I never looked back. First, I acknowledge that, and I wanted to tell who I am and where I come from. I am been born in a very elated family and from Tamil Nadu. My great grandfather was a freedom fighter who was very close to Nehru and Gandhi. When they used to go to Nagarkoil, Nehru and Gandhi used to stay there, it seems. And the park is also in his name. That is the maternal side. And my grandfather is an South Indian Actors Association president of 1960 to 1963, when MGR, ex-chief minister of Tamil Nadu, was the secretary. My grandfather was the president of the association, and in his time only the Chu En Lai from China is the premier, and Wang Lang both came, and it was they were given reception in Governor's Palace. And my grandfather, N.S. Narayana, also is known as MGR's political guru. And I grew up in Chennai, and our family is known to.
I've seen a lot of pictures of yours with NTR,
Okay.
and that explains
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
I'll tell you. Karnanidhi and MGR, my family, my grandfather used to meet in from the 1950s.
Okay.
In those days, NTR was also acting. They all used to meet in MGR's house. From my father, who was a child at that time, was sitting in MGR's and NTR's lap. And that was the legacy with 3 chief ministers. My family grew up, and my father was interested in public relationship, and he was with the central government. And when Karnanidhi Saab became the chief minister, he wanted to get the Apollo stones, which came from moon, to be put in the exhibition in Chennai.
Very interesting.
And my father got it done. Then I told, why are you wasting time there? You come and take as my personal PR. And then he came, and with that, with recommendation, I was joined in Don Bosco Matriculation School. It is one of the most.
Where is this Don Bosco school?
Egmore, Chennai.
Chennai, okay.
Most premium school it is. And only the top people like NTR's son, Karnanidhi's grandson used to stay.
Okay.
And I also studied there, so my English and the background was now. So this is our humble beginning.
Fantastic. I mean, this is something which I did know, and I'm sure many people don't know, and it's the first time that you have come up with such details on this channel. So I think...
I never told anyone.
Yeah, fantastic. So tell us about how you got into business, and how did you get into travel and tourism? How was this foray into travel and tourism?
Yeah, after finishing my Don Bosco Matriculation School, then I did my college engineering in IIT Kodambakam, it is AMI. And after I finished, I was not interested in engineering field. My passion was always airline.
Airlines.
Airline. My father had a very close friend, because all the cops, he knows the top IPS people and all, because he was in the government. They told East West Airlines is starting, is the first private airline. In those days, we used to think that airport belongs to Indian Airlines and Air India.
Okay.
Then the airport manager told me it is a separate organization.
Yeah, actually, Mohan, when I started also in travel and tourism, I didn't think there was anything other than Air India and Indian Airlines. You know? And even Jet Airways came much later. So you're right. You know,
they used to come and ask us for training, how to do the load and trim, how to do flight. In that 3 years, I used to do 2-3 shifts continuously, because I was the first batch in East West Airlines. So load and trim, flight dispatch, customer relationship, ticketing, and sales, everything we got thorough. And I came to know almost all the CEOs in the town. I can walk into their end rooms like that, because working in the airport. So
you, after what you have just said, I have seen that you have worked through a lot of MNCs, and I think your exposure to travel and travel agency and tourism is something extraordinary. So can you talk to us about your experiences, how you gained so much experience in order to come to a level where you can tell the whole world about travel and tourism?
See, after working in East West Airlines, I used to meet all the top general managers in the travel trade and the CEOs of all other corporate companies also. I used to know them very well. At that time, Speak M.A. Chidambaram Group, which owns the stadium, you are a cricket, you know them, and SPIC is a very large group. And they were doing in-house business only 99%, 98%. It's huge corporate called Goodwill Travel. So they invited me. I was thinking long time, and then I wanted to. It is interesting field of coming into travel. So I thought it's another vertical, so we can come there. So when I came and I was appointed as a joint manager, and at the time Air India used to operate New York and Chicago. So these sales officers of Air India was next door. They used to come and ask how many New York, how many Chicago's, and what is your aim in life? They used to ask me. So I used to tell them, before I retire, I want to do 1 crore business in Air India. So I thought it was so big. Then time passed, in 6 months I completed it. Then I thought, you have to have your milestone big, and then I understood the potential with the contacts. Then after that, I never looked back, and they gave 8 years I worked there.
So Mohan, now with this background, it's quite, it explains why you joined an organization and you've reached the level that you have reached today with your expertise. Tell us about how did you choose to join Skal International? How did you choose to join this network of Skal?
Yeah. After my Goodwill Travel, I was regional head in Sahara for entire South India, opening branches, everything was given to me. Then vice president in Cox and Kings. My love to Skal started in 98, 99 in Goodwill Travels. At that time, only general managers, owners, vice presidents only can join Skal. So my general manager used to tell Mohan, bye, I'm going for Skal meeting. At the craze build up. So I tried to join Skal, and the rules were like that. At the time, Asha and Patricia was the presidents. So I asked them I would allowed to join Skål. It didn't work out. Then when Ashok Karkara was the president, when I told him, within 2 minutes he told people like you we need. And then it happened like that.
Okay. So the time you eventually joined Skål Hyderabad, and you became the president of Skål Hyderabad. So after being the president of Skål Hyderabad, you have attended so many congresses. So let us know more about your experiences attending so many congresses. How many congresses have you attended till date?
I think if putting Asia, national, international, it will be crossed 23 or 24 totally. And the first one was with...
And just to let the listeners know that these congresses are held in different countries, different cities. And 23 congresses means 23 different cities of the world, and maybe 23 other countries as well. So a lot of effort has been put by Mohan in order to be attending so many congresses, meeting people, networking with different kinds of people. Just for your information, to tell you something about Skål International, which Mohan, I think you are better than me to tell that. Just let the listeners know what Skål International is. I would like it to come from you.
See, the first Congress I attended in United States, you were also there in that. And it was an eye-opener completely for me, the way President Mok Singh conducted himself, and the class, the exclusivity, and I see the people there, the networking. So I lost my heart there, and actually I will tell, I was born in Skal in the cruise, New York cruise. So I felt, I told myself I have to do something and I have to grow. At that time, Jason Samuel was planning for next 2-3 years to come. I used to think one day I have to grow, but I never thought for vice president and president in that level. But to a level I have to grow, I thought. And from once I started going, then the second one was Mexico. And then I never looked back. All Asia, international, everything I started attending, and I got friends, connection. Until 2018, I didn't think anything for international stage at all, because I have been Asia as PR director for 2 years. That is.
So you said 2018. Let me stop you here. In 2017, Skål Hyderabad staged the World Congress. And I think that's one thing which you should talk about, because
Yeah, definitely.
you were one who put a lot of effort in going out and getting people from different countries. So why don't you talk about the World Congress 2017?
17. Skål Congress 2017 was a big dream, which many thought that Hyderabad could not succeed. At that time, we were taken over as president in 16, I think.
16.
Second term, and 14 was the...
No, I took over as president in 15.
15 to 17 and 17 to 15. Yeah, correct. No. 14 to 16 first term, and 16 to 18.
Right. Okay.
And
your memory is better than mine.
So we had this thought of doing, because networking, we saw Mexico bidding, we saw Kenya bidding. Why not? As Kennedy's slogan always used to come into my mind, that why not and who not?
Okay.
And why can't we do it? The same blood we have in our veins, so why can't we do it?
Okay.
So we all put effort. It's a team effort, and it was great experience. We went to the congresses, we went, did presentation, and as a president, you had sent me to Toronto for North American Congress and Sydney for the Oceania Congress, which is Australia midterm meet. So entire Oceania was gathered, and it was a great effort which we did, made presentation. And I'm happy to tell, still my memory, 66 from Australia and 54 from America was our inroads. So that itself gave us a starting point of 100 plus. So it was a great effort, and so 2-3 years we had all slogged together, and we went to Manila to again touch base with Asia. And after that, we never looked back. And you know what was the score is 136 and 33 who competed against us. So we won with a great margin. And Malaga, it was a huge thing. It was a dream. People thought we could never do it, and we all...
So I also want to stop you here and talk about your effort during the setting up this Skål Congress in Hyderabad. We were about... Everybody worked, but there were some people who had to work a little harder. And Mohan was one of them. And we staged this Congress, and I am given to believe from people like Mohan only, that even till today, there is no country which has done the Skål Congress as India and Hyderabad, as good as that. So we had this distinction of proving to the rest of the world that we are... Hospitality is our strength, and we have brought in people from all the countries in the world to Hyderabad and given them an experience. So that's the story. Now you can talk to the listeners about your growth after the Skål Congress.
Yeah. See, we did hard work in the Skål Congress, and the first round was only international councillors meeting. So this time I was very clear, 44 international councillors have to vote. Each one I contacted them. I know exactly where we stood and what number we'll get. I was so confident. And then the second round also was, actually there were 7 contestants in the first round.
Yeah.
We beat them and came up. The second round it was only 2 us in Bangkok, and there also it was a cakewalk. And one thing I would like to tell regarding this Congress is F&B, food, and events, the entertainment. Never before, never again. Whether we like it or not, it is a fact.
Yeah. So then you eventually became the president of Skål Hyderabad, and from there started your rise in the international thing. So you can tell us your experience.
Yeah.
On after going into the international, as I think you went in first as the director, and then you grew in as a vice president. So can I tell? And you have been meeting people because of this from different countries. Because apart from attending those congresses, you were also in the decision-making group. So let us know what is your experience with decision-making in Skål, and how important that committee is for promotion of tourism, travel and tourism rest of the world?
See, regarding Skål International 2016 to 18, I was in national as a director for PR, and 2017 to 19, I won in Bahrain in Asian area. I was 2 years director of PR for Asian area. Then 2020, with all the support, I became president, because that is a very important thing, president of the club. So 3 years I was there, and it's a very good team effort. And the total expenses what we spent was only $50,000, and I got everything got hosted, and I took it in minus 1 lakh or something at that time, and we gave in good level. And I'll also be very happy to tell you, 2022 we all made Skal Hyderabad as the club of the year, third position, which is also, unfortunately we missed the first position by 3 votes and second position by 1 vote. Still it's okay. What I felt was bringing the club to the best. What I had taken as presidency brought it to the third place, where around 300 clubs were there to that position.
Okay.
So that was a milestone, which is still I will dedicate it to a team effort. We had in the COVID time, we had great online meetings. I pulled in international people, and I got top brass from local and governments, consulates, and started bringing all the consulate to one Skal meeting. So it made a difference.
So how I want to know about your experience after going into Skål International decision making.
Okay.
Yeah.
2022 in Croatia, first I won as a director, and I was given the technology portfolio. And at that time there were only 5 to 6 people in the board, so it was a different picture, as you also know. And technology, we did our best, and wherever money we have to save, we saved for the Skål organization. But the program which they have done was long back, and that had to continue. And it was already a working program which is started in 2018.
Okay.
And digital transformation. And 2022, before 1 year before itself, they made a plan. So we had to see that how best we can do, and we tried our best. And 2024 and 25, I was the director of finance, and 2025 I was the deputy vice president also.
Okay.
And this last 3 years, including this year, budgets I had submitted, and I'm happy to tell you that all 2024, 25, and 23 later off, we made into profits. And so this is a non-profitable organization. We should not call it as a profit, but still we were not in a loss or minus, because end of the day it's membership money. And wherever the air travel and all other things, lot of things were there. I had put on great effort, and we had every time, only in the travel itself we used to save 15,000 euro like that. So all the budgets were in plus because of that, until January, which until I had submitted the plan. So until that it was good. And regarding the committees, I take committees very seriously. Technology committee in 23, in 24 and 25 is finance committee. I was religiously formed a great team, and not even a single month meeting we missed. Okay. And we conducted it, and we promptly provided the betterments, the ideas, everything to in the form of minutes, which was put in the website, which I also forwarded to the international board as suggestions.
Okay. So just to put things in perspective, Skål International is an organization which is existing in 300 clubs. Am I right?
293.
293 exact. And right now, how many countries?
78.
78 countries with 12,500 members. Yeah, I got my figures right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. So the importance of Skål is that it has 40 different categories of travel and tourism trade, which are a part of Skål. So you have people like who are travel agents, who are tour operators, who are guides, hospitality, hotels. Like this, there are 40 different categories, right? How much difference has Skål International made to international tourism and to bring synergy in employment and service of the clients who are coming, who are experiencing, who are tourists to the rest of the world?
See, hospitality and tourism is a big thing. $900 billion is the total business being done, and in that 150 billion is F&B.
Okay.
330 million jobs are being created, and in the world, when you take it, 1:10 jobs is from the tourism industry.
Amazing. Amazing.
So this is a great industry which the service comes straight from the heart.
True.
As Skal International is a world body, as you rightly told, 78 countries and 293 cities, started in 1932, first club in 1934. And we are with 12,500 members now, which has strong presence and a permanent seat in WTTC and UNWTO,
Okay.
where the world policy is being decided and the suggestions are being given. So this we have a permanent person, a same person attending it, and they take the feedbacks and give to us,
Okay.
and we see that what are the betterments we can do, and we then contribute to that. We should not talk with the old fame, and we should live. And what is the current scenario and where we can
Okay.
do the betterment for our society. Ask not what the society can do for you, and ask what we all can do for the tourism.
Sure, sure. This era, this particular time, the whole world is in turmoil. You have different, the Iran war, the Ukraine war, and there is a disturbance in many parts of the world.
Yeah.
What is your opinion on how, as a organization like Skål, we can either try to solve these issues, which is not a job of Skål,
Yeah.
but still, how can we improve or control tourism in this situation?
See, the best thing what I will tell you is problems happen everywhere. It happens in Hyderabad, it happens in New York. We can't shut the shop.
True.
We have to go. We have to see different avenues. Iran war is there. So Europe as a hit, America as a hit to the passengers. So it is tourism department, it's a government, has to be very proactive, and they have to get the knowledge. Central government, yes, they are a bit proactive and trying to do. We have to, as tourism leaders, see different avenues, and we have to advise the industry.
Okay.
So we have organizations, amalgamation of organizations we have. That has to be all inclusive. So you think of, I don't want to name the organization which has amalgamation. You have a United Nations. Imagine a United Nations without America, Russia, Germany, France, and China.
Yeah.
So the same thing. We are leaders, oldest and the greatest, and we are humble to work. So Skal has to be recognized. This from the state government side,
Okay.
from the central government side, which is not happening, which has not happened, and it will be my first duty to make this happen. Who we are and what we are and what we have done and what we are going to do.
So now you are going to be the president from 2027. A historical moment for India. Not, like I said right in the beginning, first person from India to reach where he has reached, and also first person from Asia. So tell me, Mohan, what would be your aims and objectives once you become the president? What is it that you will do different from what others have done?
I've already given this in my manifesto, and I stand by it. And I have already told my slogan will be United in Progress, Global in Action.
Okay.
This is my international theme which I am going to follow. And 5-point program I am going to lead. First, I have to make the finance robust, and where we need to spend, we will be spending it. And this is membership money, and we have to be very cautious. That is one. Second, membership. Membership is, according to me, it's not only getting new members, retention. This is very important. Somebody comes into our organization, they should not leave in 3-4 years. That means we are failing somewhere.
Okay.
So we have to give them the benefits. What is networking and what is true networking? Try to work. See, I started with 10-15% working with colleagues. Now I'm dealing with 80%. So everybody cannot do 80% deal with colleagues, but somewhere you have to make a beginning there.
Okay.
So
with you being the president or coming from India, how do you think the tourism and organization in India are going to benefit by your presence in international as a president?
yeah. See, as you know, Skal is the world's largest and the oldest. So definitely, when I become the president, the state government and the central government will definitely open their eyes.
Okay.
And a person who belongs to South India here, being an Indian from South, has gone there. An Asian has gone there. An Indian has gone there. It's a proud moment. I will not blame them. They don't understand it.
Okay.
Yesterday, I saw a state doing tourism activity, how to sell, because Prime Minister is called to promote domestic tourism. So they were having a meeting, and no stakeholders were there. So the state government should understand. You should call leaders. Even you have given a white paper in those days. So they have to make use of it and call the real stakeholders. As I told you, the UN without America, Russia, China, Japan, and Germany.
Yeah.
It's like that.
So I'm coming to the next segment, Mohan. And behind the success of every man, there are people who are ones to back you, others they silently work. In your case, it's your family, maybe your friends, maybe a set of people. I would like you to talk about the people and first about your family, and then maybe your friends who have contributed to make a president from India.
Okay. Yeah, definitely my family has been very supported because the huge amount of money I have been spending from my income, and my wife didn't grumble, and sometimes she used to worry because attending so many congress, and I made a policy I don't want others to follow that, but even when positions were there, until I went to the director, I spent for Asia, India, and the presidents. When I was there, I used to spend my own money. That is my rule I fixed for myself. And I have 2 children, and one is an architect, and the second one is an engineer. He's in N.S.N. And it's a very small family we have, and they have been extremely supportive to me. And they're trying for the Congress and all, because I have to talk to Ecuador, I have to talk to Australia, different timings, and I used to work in the night time also, so they didn't grumble and their support was very good. And initially, friends, if you take, I wanted to I thank my wife and children also, and friends, you are there and got me into the first committee. I saw the first position 2014 and 2015. After that, after the 1 year EOGM, you got us in, and I remember that was my first position. So I'm very thankful to you, and there are good people everywhere like Sanjay Datta, Mario Sarkar, Kalbas, now Sanjeev. So many people are there, and each and every one, if I tell the names, it will go for a very long list, and each and everybody has contributed. It is not a one-man show. It is all hands clapped, and we were there.
So before we go to the last segment, I would like you to send a message. What message you would like to give the listeners who are watching this podcast on about your growth, about the work that you have done in tourism and how everybody can contribute to promotion of tourism, which is now a very important part of the growth of a country's GDP. It's not like the old days when tourism, it was only roti, kapda and makan. But today tourism has got a big contribution, and now people have started taking it seriously. And I don't see any household, at least once a year, which doesn't travel for leisure. So what is your message on this?
See, when you talk about GDP, I would like to give some figures because I am a lover of data. So India is in a growth pattern. We have 4.5 trillion GDP, and America's 19 and 14 is China. Sorry, America is 30 and 16 is China, and we are in the 4th place. But in the growth rate, if you take, we are the number 1, followed by China, and then comes the United States. So this is because we have a robust government in place, and we have to thank that. And what I would like to tell is each and everybody's contribution must be there. Once upon a time, holiday travel was a luxury, like televisions and refrigerators in the 80s. Now it has become very normal. Even upper middle class are started going abroad. They save money and go abroad. And people, upper middle class are venturing Europe also. Europe and all, only the elite used to go. And the people are started asking them, we have to do things which were not before, and ask why not. So every family needs a break.
Okay.
And when they compromise on quality, I used to tell them, if you have less money, don't go now. Save it, because your family is working.
It's an experience for a lifetime.
Your family has slogged for you so much, and they need dignity and honor.
Very true.
And go with 5 stars.
Very well said, Mohan. Very well said. So I have been privileged to have you over here, Mohan, because not many people can get the president of an international organization like Skål on a podcast like this. So I am privileged. I am also thankful to you that you have taken my invitation seriously. And today we are talking about so many aspects. And I do hope that this podcast, this message, it goes to many people who are around, who are interested in tourism, who are interested in learning about how you can grow. You can do the impossible. When people like Mohan are there with us, it inspires all of us that it's possible to become president of Skål International. Thank you very much, Mohan.
Before ending, I would like to talk to 2 points before I conclude. One, I tell the government, state and central, to take Skål International seriously, and the travel fraternity too, because we are the market leaders and we are there for a very, very long time and contributing so much. Many plan to go to the moon, but only few succeeded. It is not one man going to the moon, as Kennedy said. It's the entire nation. We all have to work together, put him there. Amazing. So let us all work together, and whoever wins, let the tourism be the winner.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Very well said, Mohan. Thank you very much.
Thank you.